Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Josie with Awakened Soul, and we're here for a reading about the person on your mind and your connection to each other. So glad you're here, and I hope you're having a beautiful day or night whenever you're joining in for today's reading. In our reading here today, we are going to be chatting about your person's most recent thoughts and feelings about you and your connection. We're going to get started with a couple of energy cards just to see where your person is at. And then after that, we're going to dive deeper using the tarot. See what their specific thoughts and feelings were. Perfect. Okay. Their emotions, I just heard their emotions are shifting and the tides are changing. Okay. So our first card up is the crocodile. We also have the butterfly and we have the whale. So the first thing I want to talk about, and honestly, I feel like this is debatably maybe the first time this has ever come up in a reading, is I think literally since I started recording this, since you started watching this reading, your person has thought of you and their thoughts have shifted. So I know we're only in about a minute and a half to this reading right now, but I feel as though when this is finding you, if this reading is meant to reach you, their thoughts have shifted since this reading began. Like they had thought of you earlier in the day, but then it was almost like the second you tuned into their energy, they tuned into yours and something shifted. As in, they are thinking about you likely right now when you're watching this reading, okay? So I think it could be that this person is like rereading a text that you sent them, or maybe a social media post. That's how it started. Or earlier today, they saw you posted something, or they were looking at something that you did. I also just heard something that you made. So maybe you've made this person a picture. I also just heard photo album. They were looking at something, okay? So whether this was like a tangible physical object or like something you posted on social media, earlier today, I feel like they were looking at this, they were observing it, they were maybe reviewing something, rereading something you said to them, something along those lines. But then when this reading started, or shortly into this reading, or shortly before the reading began, their thoughts started changing. Like they started thinking something different about you, and they started really getting deep into their feels, okay? In fact, I feel like this person has unlocked something, unlocked some sort of emotion about you. The back of the deck is the oyster. And so I feel like maybe because of something they watched earlier, or something that they were observing earlier, or maybe just because they had this light bulb moment, they kind of like unpacked some hidden emotions towards you. Because the whale talks about emotional depth, emotional well-being, like basically a well of emotions. And since we have the butterfly that's talking about change and shifting occurring, and this oyster like opening up and coming out finally, what this is telling me is that this person has had a big shift. Like one of their emotions towards you has almost been like unlocked, possibly like while you're watching this reading or shortly before this happened. So I want to get into the tarot. I want to get more details out about this because it seems like a big deal, honestly, to your person. I think maybe they were quite cold to you before. They put that sort of mask on around you. They may have acted unemotional, unbothered, uncaring. But we have the Queen of Swords coming out. I feel like that was in the past. Let's see where they're at in the present. Okay, hold on. Too many. Okay. I just heard I don't want to live like that anymore. Wish you guys could see like the layout and how I'm laying out this spread. Because our center card is the Four of Cups, and then to the right of the Queen of Swords is the Queen of Cups. And in this context, they're very much opposite energies. I think this person was trying to hide how they felt about you. Like they really were concealing their emotions, or they were keeping it very much low key. They were dampening them down a little bit. And they got really bored of that. It's like something hit them, something occurred to them where they were like, I don't want to live this way anymore. I don't want to have to hold back my emotions. I don't want to have to hold back how I feel. It could be that maybe this person was concerned that maybe they have a reason to be jealous. Like if this is not your current partner or somebody you are dating, it could be that maybe they're concerned you're going to see other people if they don't express emotion and interest towards you, especially if this right now is like a casual situation. You guys don't have like any official, you know, backing behind it. They're like, I better come in and tell them how I feel now before it's too late. I don't want to live like this anymore. I'm developing feelings. I better step in and do something about it. That's the kind of energy your person is in. And honestly, I feel very clouded. I feel very foggy as I'm reading this for you. I think that this has happened like while you're reading this, or while you're listening to this reading, while I am reading this for you, this person has had this realization that they don't want to hold back anymore. They don't want to lose you. They need to like snap out of it almost. So I would expect communication from them soon. I would expect them to give you a call, tell you in person. I'm not saying it's going to be some like big dramatic thing. Whoa. Okay. I was going to get you a message from universe, but now they're all over the floor. So we'll just get you 2 affirmations. But anyway, I wouldn't expect like a huge dramatic thing to come from this person, but I would expect them to tell you pretty soon here how they feel and at least start the process of opening up to you. Because again, they're either afraid that maybe there's a reason for them to be jealous, like you might be seeing other people, or maybe somebody else is trying to get your attention, or they have this idea that there's a threat, like they're gonna lose you, they're gonna miss out on an opportunity with you if they don't step in and do something and tell you how they feel. So that is what I'm getting here. Like I said a moment ago, I was going to get you an affirmation and a message from the universe, but my deck is like all over the floor and that's going to take me a while to pick up. So we're just going to do 2 affirmations instead. You're welcome to pause the reading if you need to. These are just for you. It doesn't have to relate to your person or the connection. Your first message is, I deserve to feel joy. Yes, you do. And as always, you're invited to affirm this with me and the collective down below if you would like. Your next message is, I'm doing my best, and that is enough. Yes, it is. All right, you guys, I'm going to leave this reading here. Thank you so much again for joining in. If it resonated with you, hit the like button to let me know, please. Subscribe for more in the future, and I'll see you guys around in the next one. Bye for now. Have a blessed day.